Hello Libra, this is your August forecast, and you know, last month there wasn't a whole lot of good news because we were so challenged with all of the planetary aspects, but I got great news for you this month. And as an astrologer, we're always happy when we can deliver optimistic news, but you know, life isn't always that way. But this month, let's start off with the eclipses, okay? So we have a full lunar eclipse on the 7th. This is taking place 15 degrees in Aquarius, which is showing up in your 5th house for creativity, self-expression, the business that you own, romantic situations, and also children. This is the area where we really have a lot of fun. So, on some level, within one of these areas, the moon is going to eclipse out, which means something is going to end. All right, and but you want to know that the universe will never eclipse anything that doesn't need to go. It's only taking those things that have fulfilled its purpose and that just holding you in a rut, okay? This is the blessings of all eclipses, the intention to move us forward as human species so we don't get stuck in any ruts. So it really pushes things forward really quickly. So we want to stay positive and looking at this as gifts that we now can conclude, be done with, whatever has been lingering or been a challenge for a long time. Like finalizing maybe a creative project that has been weighing on you, that will free you up. If you're needing to let go of a relationship that has been difficult and you've been wanting out, well then that will be eclipsed out. You will have the extra help to actually shut the door if that is what you want. But I don't see that it will necessarily end anything that is purposeful for you, so don't fear that a relationship is going to end. If this is a beautiful, good, great, solid relationship, it's not going to be touched by the eclipse. Only those things. It's like pruning dead branches off a tree so the tree can grow faster and stronger, right? Then we have the solar eclipse taking place on the 21st. This will take place 28 degrees in Leo, which is showing up in your 11th house for hopes and dreams. So all these new beginnings now is really going to start shooting off those new branches on the tree that was eclipsed, right? So this is good. It's super powerful because the sun and Mars is there already, you know, so the 11th house, not just hopes and dreams, but friendships, groups and organizations, all those things now that where you have wide open concepts of wanting to move ahead. You're super energized because the sun is your focus, it's there, Mars is right behind it, and you have been working towards this goal by the time that the eclipse is going to show up on the 21st. And so, like any new moon, this is the time that we plant seeds. We talk about that every month, right? And so these seeds, they are going to grow quickly because this new moon has the power of many, many new moons, all right? Because it is a solar eclipse. So you will start seeing how things are going to come together as far as those things you're aiming for very quickly. You could also come to meet new people that can turn into long-term friends. You could have, say, somebody, either a friend, an acquaintance, a group or organization that can come help you take new mega leaps, not just major, but mega leaps forward due to this eclipse. It's like, you know, the racehorse here by the gate, and this gate not only is going to open, but there's a propellant, you know, allowing you to charge forward. So I'm super excited for these eclipses for you because they're creatively inspired, they're emotionally inspired, has to do with you now growing new areas of those things that you prefer, right? And as we start off the month, career is going to be very much so in focus. And this is because Venus has just entered into your 10th house of career. You're looking at what it is you truly want from your career, okay? It's in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer will always want to support and give nourishment to those things. So you're wanting to find that kind of nourishment within what it is you're creating within work. Some of you might be starting a new job, which is a perfect time to do so. For others, you might see that this is a time where you can really accomplish a lot in your career, or maybe also be lucky and get a promotion, which is going to allow more money, which Venus also rules. Either way, this is a great time for your career this month. Mars, like I said, is in the sign of Leo in your 11th house, so you're kind of really hunting down those things that you know you want on a very highly idealistic level, and you're going to love that. But the month is starting off with Jupiter and Pluto. They are square, so there's a decision to be made on the 4th. It's like, do I head in this direction or that? Now, Pluto for you shows up in the 4th house, has to do with home, family, foundation, and so forth. Jupiter being in your 1st house, you might be thinking, okay, so what do I want to do with my space? Do I want to change it up? Does it need to be changed up? You know, so you're looking at some aspect and figuring out, and you don't really have to act on it, you know, on this day. But I see it rising to consciousness where you're feeling more of a need to look at and maybe research something, some area there. On the 10th, here's wonderful, great news as far as messages of either romance or it could also be money. We know that Venus is up in your career house, right? But the 10th house is not just career, it's goals that we're aiming for, right? So whatever that might be, you will have a good conversation on this day, sharing, you know, giving some feedback and supportive too. And the sun at the same time is also beautifully aspected to Jupiter. So this is a day where you can come together with friends or somebody that you love and care for, feel that there is a coming together of mind and spirit, okay? So there's like a celebration signature in this for you. On the 12th though, you know, circle this on your calendar, Libra, because this is the most romantic date night of the month. Venus and Neptune. Now Venus rules love, we know that, right? And romance. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, so it's like Venus on steroids. When they come together, it has what I call the soulmate signature to it. It's like this otherworldly type love where we're highly idealistic, we're highly romantic. This is a great time for you to share with your partner, and should you be single, well, don't sit at home. Definitely want to be out and about because you're the magnet, you're carrying it. And do know, since these are universal transits, that partner that you're hoping to find will be carrying that same type magnet, and boom, you could find each other here on this day. Or the day leading up to it, or the day after. But on the day after, the Sun and Saturn, beautifully aligned, and it's already in effect while you're having this magnificent evening, right? It's already taking on shape and form. The Sun is you, and Saturn is all things karmic, right? So if you've been longing, yearning to find this partner, Saturn's going to come around and say, are you ready? And do you really want this? If the answer is yes, Saturn's going to lock it down, anchor it in with longevity. That's what a positive Saturn does. It locks it in to your Akashic records, right? And you can have a relationship for a very, very long time, many, many years. This is also a fantastic time to get engaged, get married, or also participate in somebody's wedding, because why? It's just all very beautiful. On the 17th, watch out for a little bit of expenses. Do watch out perhaps too for any kind of talks about, say, reviews at work, perhaps. Not that you're in a bad place, but you want to make sure that you express yourself, that you get heard for what your needs are, because there's a little bit of a conflict between Venus and Jupiter here, and they're both money-oriented too. So if you're discussing any kind of contracts, just be sure that you're paying attention, that you're focusing so you don't lose out on anything. On the 20th, though, we have Mars, which is your energy, your goals, your physical direction, right? Together with Jupiter, wow, Jupiter is empowering that Mars. Mars being here in your 11th house, I can see how this could be a great date for you to go out to engage with some group and have tons of fun, meeting a lot of new people that can really that you could befriend as new acquaintances and develop friendship over the long run. If you're traveling at this time, I see that this would be very, very positive. I love when they come together because it's so happy-go-lucky. It's very jovial energy, a lot of laughter, a lot of physical energy taking place here at this time as well. This is all leading up to the eclipse now on the 21st. So you're all, since I said revved up, you could also expect an unexpected surprise. This is coming to you. The sun is involved, which is you, with Uranus. And Uranus is always full of surprises, positive ones, when they are well aspect. So it's one of these, oh my God, type scenarios. Uranus for you comes from your 7th house, so it could be from a partner, whether this is your significant other, it might be some person that you might be working closely one-on-one with. But in this sense, I just feel that it's opening up a box of surprises, and then here we have the eclipse taking place at the same time in the same area where you're receiving these surprises, right? So it's a super, super laden day with a lot of energy, and it's just the very beginning. So it's starting off perfectly because of everything else around you right now is lined up in a beautiful way, right? And then Mars and Saturn on the following day, but the influence is already there, you know, under the eclipse, because it's already coming in, merging to this beautiful trine. Mars being your drive, your goals, Saturn coming in, locking it in, saying, do you really want this? Let's lock it in. And it has that signature of longevity, which Saturn always has, especially in these beautiful trines. So the goal orientation that you have, whatever agreements, let's talk about agreements. Agreements can come between you and another person that you trust. On this day, it's a great time to get engaged, by the way, but anybody you trust and you make an agreement with, I feel it's something that could definitely also hold a golden key for a long time to come. So as you can see, you know, it's wonderful, Libra, and I hope that you will maybe come back and comment on what did that lunar eclipse do for you? What did it eclipse out of your life? You know, share that with your fellow Libras so they can get an insight, get some feedback, support on what they're going through, and vice versa as well. Same thing with the new moon. Come back, comment on it, or leave it to next month. Probably by then, you know, next month's video will already be up, and talk about your eclipses, okay? Share that. And as always, thank you for listening. You're going to end this month with a Venus-Saturn, which is definitely going to be giving you a little bit more of an oomph and a lift, lifting you into the month of September, and that's where our reading pretty much will start next month. So in the meanwhile, have a good one. Love reading for you, Libra. See you soon.